Howdy lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very special makeup tutorial. I hope that you guys like it. A little disclaimer is that I'm not a professional makeup artist. These are just some things that work out for me, that I like how they work and I like how it leaves my face. So let's get to it. First of all, I like to prime my eyes with concealer. Just like that. And you're gonna rub this all over your eye like so. And then to set that, I use powder, Airspun powder that helps set it. Just like any setting powder will probably work. Now I'm gonna go in with my favorite palette, which is the Violet Voss and Laura Lee palette. I'm gonna go in with Britches, which is like very tan brown. And I'm gonna go in with this on my crease, just like so. Just wiping motions back and forth, back and forth. Now, one of the keys to having your eyeshadow flawless or your whole makeup, to be honest, is just blending. Blending is key. Like, anybody can tell you blending is key. Oh, forgot to mention, I went in with the Morphe M330. This is an awesome blending brush, crease brush, whatever you want to call it. It's just awesome. It just blends smoothly, easily. Now I'm going to go in with my Morphe M518. It looks somewhat like that. And I'm going to go in with the color Whiskers on these palette, which is a darker brown obviously than these. Tap off the excess, and this is just going to be my outer edges. And you're going to blend that out as well, because we don't want any harsh lines. Blend, blend.
But I always go with a small amount because I don't want it to be real intense off the bat. So I work my way onto the color that I want it to be. And honestly, this is not a super intense look. Like I said, you can wear it anywhere. So that's why I don't go in so much product.
And you're noticing that I'm only keeping this on the outer edges. I'm gonna dive into Bubs. Same thing. Then I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. brush. Honestly, it doesn't have a number. It's a very old e.l.f. brush. I'm going in with this one, and I'm gonna go again with the color Basic. And I'm just gonna put that on the lid. Just like so. Now I'm going to do the part that I hate the most, which is eyeliner. With this Morphe M160. This other brush that I went with the Maybelline New York EyeStudio gel liner. This is in the color Black is Black. And it's so good. So pigmented. As you can tell, I really love it. I've been using it for quite a while. Now my wing, I don't like this to be super intense. I'm not a super intense wing girl. And now, to do the inner portion, I go in with this NYX Super Skinny Eye Marker. I don't know why I like to use two, I just do. It's an airplane. After I have finally struggled with my eyeliner, I go in and I prime my face with the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser from Maybelline. Now honestly, a lot of these products that I've been using are very affordable, so there's no need to spend hundreds of dollars. I have a mixture of higher end and products that you can buy at your local drugstore. Just that mainly they are drugstore products, just because I ain't got all the money in the world.
So that's what we did. But they work great. Like honestly, they work really, really great.
So after I'm done with that baby skin, I go in with foundation. Now I use 2 foundations. This is my perfect duo foundation. The first one is the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation. I'm in the color 110. I'm very pale. And it's matte plus poreless. So that's why I like my foundations really full coverage. The other one's the Milani Conceal Plus Perfect. It says it conceals and it's a foundation in one. It's really great. Now this one's a little more expensive than this one, obviously, because it does 2 separate things, but they're honestly great, especially combined. So I do recommend these. You can find these at the drugstore. Awesome product. Now what I like to do is I like to build them up. And there I go. I look like an Apache. This is phase 1 of my Apache. Then I take the e.l.f. Makeup and Mist setting spray. You can use this before or after makeup, doesn't really matter. But I like to spray my foundation brush with it, just because it sets my makeup a little better. And I'm going in with the Morphe 439. And I'm gonna just tap my face. Tap that foundation into my skin. Tap, tap, tap. Just
To make it go in there. That's so.
tap, tap, tap. Because if you do this, all you're doing is just moving your foundation. Then you see all that patchiness. So you're just gonna bounce it, tap it in, let your skin process it, put it up to your ears, bring it down to your neck, and so. Now I like to use this little headband when I'm doing my makeup, just to get my hair out of my face.
And there are no rules to makeup. Like, there are no rules. Except maybe the blending one. That could be a good rule. But other than that, like, you can do whatever you feel like doing. Whatever floats your.
And then you make these faces, you know, because who wants to see a video without face? Then I like to go in with concealer. And then the concealer that I use is the new Instant Age Rewind Cleanse. It's pretty new. So I like to go in with this one and highlight those parts of the face with this concealer that I want to make clear. See, my under eye circles are pretty intense, so I go in with that, just like that. And this is phase 2 of the Apache. And I also like this Maybelline one. It's also like in combination with this one. It's the Fit Me Concealer though. I am in the shade 15, and in the Age Rewind I am light pale, of course. And I like to go just here with this one. It's like that. Now I like to use the Beauty Blender. They're a little dirty, excuse me, they're a little dirty, but they're really old. So this is the Sephora, the one they sell at Sephora. It's the Beauty Blender, the actual one, which is 20 bucks. And then there's this guy that is from Real Techniques. This one you can find at your local drugstore, and it's half the price as this one. I think they're great dupes. The only difference would be the bottoms.
And right on the eyeliners, I like to just clean up the mess. Just like that.
And then I like to go in again with my Airspun Loose Face Powder. I use the translucent one. You can also find this at your drugstore. And I like to bake it after. So what I do is I dip it in there, just like that. And then tap it in to let that powder sink into my skin, and as well as just bake there. This helps with it lasting a long time, as well as it making it look smoother and nicer. At least that's what I feel like it does to me. just like that. And then I let that sit, and I'm gonna go over with the same exact powder now, just all over my face in tapping motions using the Morphe E3. Now these Elite brushes are not on their website anymore, but they came out with new ones which have like a red or maroon kind of feather like color on the brush itself. Honestly, Morphe brushes, like, you pay a lot less than what you get for, because these brushes are amazing. They are very comparable to a MAC brush or, you know, higher end brushes. Like, they're extremely comparable to them, except they're a lot cheaper. So I definitely recommend that you go check out Morphe.com. Now I'm gonna bronze, and I am gonna use the Butter bronzer. This thing smells so good. Like, it smells so delicious. Like, I just want to eat it. I just want to eat it because it smells so good. And this is by Physicians Formula, also at your local drugstore, so you can get that. Now I'm using this Morphe pink brush. Honestly, it doesn't have a name, doesn't have a number. It came in a package with other brushes, and I like to use it down here as well. It's that double chin, you know, you can't be looking like this. I gotta do that. Now the contour palette that I use is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. It doesn't want to fall off my hands, but yes, this is the contour palette that I use, and it looks like this. Now if you notice, my contour is a little bubbly. It doesn't look very defined. So to define that, I do go with this color, which is Levitation. And I just go in it like this, just to make that contour a little more structured, just like that. So now I'm going to wipe off that bakage that I did, just like that. For blush, I like to use the Morphe E4. It was just like the E3, except this one I like to use it as a blush brush. And I am going in with my Becca and Jaclyn Hill collaboration palette. I love it. And I'm just going to go up. Since I have a round face, I'm trying to distract the attention from my cheeks. I'm trying to lift up my face, so that's why I drag my blush outward, upward, I guess you can say. Now my favorite part is the highlights. I like to mix both Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop. I like to mix them in like that and tap it in and then rub it in. I also like to put it on my nose, the tip of my nose, my upper lip a little bit, down the bridge of my nose. And now we're gonna pop on some lashes. My favorite lashes are the brand Kiss, which is also found at your local drugstore. They're very affordable. They're made with human hair, so they look very natural. My favorite ones are these in the number 11. Just put some mascara on my lower lashes because I feel like this completes. I am gonna go ahead and take off that powder that I left sitting there just to make that contour a little more defined. I'm gonna take it off just like that. So after I have popped on my lashes, I'm gonna go in with two of my favorite mascaras. This is my ultimate favorite. It's the Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. I've been using this since I was in high school, like my senior year, and now I'm about to finish college. So I've been using it for quite a while. I love it. They came out with a waterproof one, but I haven't had the chance to get my hands on it. I can't wait. This one is a drugstore, which is very similar. It's the L'Oreal Voluminous. Then I like to smoke out my lower lash line using the Morphe E18. I'm going to go with the same palette, the Violet Voss and Laura Lee. I'm going to go with the color Britches once more. Use that underneath my lower lash line, just so it could look a little bit more smoked out. And then I'm going to go in with whiskers just on the outer parts of my lower lash line, just like that. This is the waterline eyeliner that I like to use. It's from Rimmel. It says exaggerate waterproof, but it's a creamy shade type and it's really, really good. Then I finally do my brows. Now brows are something that I suck at, just same as eyeliner. But I go on with the LORAC Pro eyeshadow palette, and I use the color Espresso for my brows. The reason I use eyeshadow is because I feel like it looks a little more natural. Makes my... I'm not a fan so much of contouring the nose. Just because, I don't know. I mean, you definitely could, but I usually don't do it. I'm going to do it for the sake of this video, and I'm just going to go in with my butter bronzer to contour my nose a little bit, and the M330, which I used on the crease of my eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna go like this. Now my favorite part, lips. I go very basic with the lips just because, like I said, this is my go-to look. I use the MAC Dervish Lip Pencil to line my lips. Just line them like that. And then I go in with the MAC. It's called Cremesehen Cream Cup A64. I don't know if MAC still carries this color because it's super old. But I love how pinky. I'm a fan of pink and nude shades. I do go in with my favorite lip gloss, which is the Marc Jacobs in the color Sugar Sugar. I love this color, you guys. And it smells so good. And I just go on top of it like so. Now, last but not least, I like to highlight the inner corners of my eye. And I go in with an e.l.f. brush as well. It doesn't have a number. It just says Professional Blending Eye Brush. And I just dab it in there, go in my inner corners, just like to highlight them a little bit. Not least, I did go with my e.l.f. setting spray. Now with this funny hairdo and everything, this does complete my look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Now to make it a little more realistic, like all the YouTubers out there, I'm gonna pose. Please like this video, please share it, subscribe to my channel, please. But yes, this does conclude my video. Thank you so much for watching, lovelies.